he's Timothy, you know, he's just as incredible in watching in real life and doing scenes with as he is watching in a movie and the final product.
Kylie Jenner, yes, that Kylie, is in the middle of a storm she never saw coming. The internet's going wild with claims about Timothee Chalamet allegedly getting a little too close to his co-star Odessa while filming. And the deeper you dig, the more things start to look suspicious. This isn't just random fan drama or gossip accounts fishing for clicks anymore. This is a pattern that's getting harder and harder to ignore. People online are piecing together clues like detectives. Events that were supposed to feature Kylie and Timothee suddenly get skipped. Paparazzi photos have practically disappeared overnight, and Kylie's been moving in silence while Timothee's out there soaking up the spotlight like nothing happened. He's grinning for cameras, walking every red carpet he can, and standing shoulder to shoulder with the same co-star everyone's been whispering about. And don't even start with the "they're just promoting a movie" excuse. Come on, it's way deeper than that. There's a new energy between them, and it's not the kind of chemistry you can fake for press tours.
Say too, though, I was really nervous because we just went like right away. I was like, "Are we gonna block?" And you're like, "No blocking." I'm like, "Okay." Okay.
Let's be real. Timothee Chalamet is everywhere right now. His name's buzzing around award season, he's being hyped for Oscar talk, and every fashion house wants his face on their campaign. Hollywood's treating him like he's golden, like he can do no wrong. But when you look at Kylie, she's fading out of the picture. The last time they made a public appearance together was at the Marty Supreme premiere in Los Angeles on December 8th, 2025. Remember those matching orange chrome looks? They screamed it couple energy and perfectly matched the event's ping pong theme. But ever since that night, nothing. Not a post, not a sighting, not even a subtle like on Instagram. Something's up, and people are starting to talk louder than ever. Sources close to the couple are spilling tea, and it's wild. Word is, Kylie's sudden need for space isn't random at all. She's not just quietly chilling, she's strategizing. People say she's keeping her cool on the surface, acting like nothing's wrong, but behind the scenes, she's watching everything. Kylie's no fool. She knows exactly who she's with. Timothee's the golden boy of the moment, handsome, smooth, and surrounded by attention wherever he goes. Women don't just admire him, they chase him. And Kylie, she's not jealous, she's realistic. She knows this world, and she knows how fast things can flip when fame and flirtation get mixed together. Her biggest worry has never been the fans screaming his name, it's always been the women standing right next to him on set. And here's where it gets spicy. Insiders claim Kylie's been playing it smart, keeping quiet, moving low, but never losing track. Apparently, she's got her people showing up at events by coincidence, just to see how Timothee acts when she's not there. It's not about causing a scene, it's about watching patterns. And recently, the vibes have been off. His body language, his interviews, even the way he moves in public, it's all feeling different. And that's when things start to cross the line from awkward to flat out messy. Word on the street says Kylie's family is over it. Her sisters haven't been feeling Timothee for a minute now, and the tension hit the roof when he totally skipped Kris Jenner's massive milestone birthday bash. That wasn't some scheduling conflict, it looked personal, and in that family, missing a moment like that isn't small, it's a statement. Kylie's sisters have allegedly been pulling her aside, trying to get real with her, saying things like, "Look, please stop acting like you don't see it." They're done watching her pretend everything is fine when it's clearly not. And just when you think he couldn't get more suspicious, enter Odessa. She's not just some random co-star who popped up out of nowhere. She's being talked about like someone strategically placed in the middle of all this. Hollywood doesn't move on accident. Everything's planned, every connection's timed. So when Odessa starts showing up right next to Timothee again and again, it's hard to not to wonder who's really pulling the strings. Everything about the Marty Supreme rollout has people talking. It all felt a little too perfect. The premieres, the interviews, the red carpet moments. It's like every move was timed to keep the spotlight locked on Timothee and Odessa. But before diving into all the cheating buzz, there's something else that's been raising eyebrows: the blind items. These anonymous leaks have been way too specific lately, like someone's practically naming names without actually saying them. And who keeps popping up in the clues? Yeah, Timothée. One blind claimed a main actor skipped a huge event for his own movie because the co-star he was secretly involved with got upset. The second that rumor hit the internet, everyone instantly connected the dots. It sounded exactly like Timothée. Suddenly, all those "he's too busy" excuses started sounding like cover stories. Then came another blind in November 2024, saying that same main actor got rejected by a co-star and then allegedly made things difficult for her behind the scenes. The details were messy, the timing suspicious, and the guesses all pointed in one direction. But here's where things get tricky. Odessa has never said a bad word about him, not once. Every time she's asked about working with Timothée, she lights up, saying how talented he is, how he really understood the assignment, and how their creative connection was electric. She even gushes about how much fun they had on set. It all sounds innocent, right? But people online can't help noticing the difference between what's being said on camera and what's whispered behind closed doors. The smiles look a little too polished, the praise a little too practiced, and the timing way too convenient. Something in this picture just isn't adding up. I'm not saying it's fake, but let's be real. People don't usually speak with that kind of warmth unless something deeper is going on behind the scenes. Remember when Odessa casually mentioned she had dinner with Timothée in New York before cameras rolled? She slipped it into the conversation so smoothly, like it was nothing. But that tiny detail says a lot. A private dinner before cameras roll? That doesn't sound like a casual get-to-know-you hangout. It sounds like a quiet vibe check, maybe even a little spark test. Now, of course, meeting up before a shoot isn't automatically shady. Actors do it all the time. But when you line that up with all the blind items, the whispers, and Kylie already feeling uneasy, yeah, it starts looking less like coincidence and more like a setup. It's like every move was choreographed, down to the timing, the photos, and the accidental mentions in interviews. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like an innocent dinner at all. It feels like step one in a story that's still unfolding.
At a diner in New York before we started filming, because I came for a fitting while I was doing Until Dawn still. And so we just went to the diner to say hi with him and Josh, and I was just excited to be there.
And this is where things take an even sharper turn. Odessa's dating history. Once you zoom out and look at the big picture, there's definitely a pattern forming. She doesn't just date anyone, she connects with people who already have serious pull in Hollywood. The names, the fame, the headlines. She's been orbiting high-profile circles for years. Take her thing with Jaden, for example. They were together for years, and that relationship was everywhere. The PDA, the matching outfits, the red carpet appearances, they gave young power couple energy non-stop. But then, out of nowhere, it all ended. Officially, the story was they split to focus on their careers. But behind the scenes, Jaden was later seen at Coachella making out with another woman. The timing was so close to the breakup, it had people side-eyeing the whole situation. And just when everyone thought Odessa was stepping back from the spotlight, bam, the Dylan O'Brien rumors hit in 2019, and the internet went crazy. Once again, the timing lined up way too perfectly. Every time her name fades from the headlines, something new seems to pop up. It's like she knows how to keep herself right in the middle of the buzz, just close enough to power to stay relevant, but never too close to get burned. People are still debating that messy timeline. It's a total disaster. Nothing ever got officially confirmed, but Odessa's name keeps coming up again and again in the same circles, and at this point, the repetition itself says plenty. Every time her name resurfaces, the story gets messier, the whispers get louder, and the pattern gets harder to deny. It's like the universe keeps trying to tell everyone, hey, something's going on here. And then came the Billie Eilish moment. Yes, that Billie Eilish. Back in November 2023, Billie casually posted a video of herself and Odessa kissing. It wasn't some hidden clip or blurry leak. She dropped it herself. The post stayed up just long enough for the internet to explode before it vanished. And the timing, insane, because this came right after Billie had publicly spoken about being attracted to women. Of course, the internet completely lost it. Fans were dissecting every frame, trying to figure out if it was real, old, or staged. But after that, silence. No follow-ups, no clarifications, just that familiar Odessa pattern repeating itself. Different name, same mysterious energy. Now, when you connect that moment to what Odessa has openly said about working with Timothee on Marty Supreme, things start to sound even more suspicious. In interviews, she mentioned that during the toughest, most uncomfortable scenes, Timothee was right there with her, holding her hand between takes. And okay, yes, that sounds sweet and supportive, but also, come on, that's intimate. That's not your usual just co-workers type of support. That kind of closeness doesn't just happen on set. It's built on trust, connection, and maybe something deeper. People can't help but wonder if those emotional moments on camera were really acting, or if something real was starting to spark when the director yelled cut. And when your girlfriend, aka Kylie Jenner, is already watching from a distance, stressed out over how comfortable you're looking with your co-stars, that kind of hand-holding support doesn't exactly ease her mind. It just makes everything look even more suspicious. Every photo, every interview clip, it all starts to look like a scene from something more than just a movie.
But wait, it gets messier. Odessa isn't the only woman Kylie's been side-eyeing lately. Word is, Kylie had already been fuming when Timothée filmed those Marty Supreme scenes with Gwyneth Paltrow. Yes, that Gwyneth. And before anyone says, relax, it's just acting, think again. When your man's building chemistry on set with someone else and you're already feeling pushed out of the picture, it stops being about acting. It starts being about boundaries. And here's where it really blew up. Gwyneth herself didn't exactly make the situation easier. She went on record joking about the intimacy coordinator. She laughed about how they were told to step back and brushed off those heavy scenes like it was all just another casual day at work. That kind of talk didn't sit right with a lot of people, and apparently Kylie was livid. You can imagine how it must have felt watching another woman casually laugh about being that close to your boyfriend, especially when the internet's already throwing around rumors. Insiders say Kylie's never been comfortable with how far Timothee's rules sometimes go, but hearing another actress publicly giggle about it, that was it. That was her breaking point. It reportedly led to some serious behind-the-scenes arguments. We're not talking about playful bickering. This was real tension, the kind that leaves everyone walking on eggshells. Word is, Kylie started putting her foot down, drawing clear lines and setting rules about what she's willing to tolerate. She's telling people straight up, no more overly explicit scenes, no more blurred lines, no more it's just acting excuses. And honestly, who can blame her for trying to protect her peace when everything around her keeps looking sketchy? Now, take a step back and connect the dots. The skipped family events, the shady blind items, Odessa's hand-holding confessions, and now this whole Gwyneth situation. Once you line it all up, it stops sounding like random Hollywood gossip and starts looking like a pattern. Kylie isn't just reacting to one situation. She's recognizing red flags she's seen before. Every move, every silence, every missing appearance, it's all pointing towards something bigger simmering beneath the surface. So now the question practically asks itself, did something actually happen on that set? Or did Kylie catch on early enough to pull away before it all blew up publicly? Because the silence around this whole thing is deafening. Nobody's rushing to deny it. No one's jumping online to defend anyone, and not a single rep has spoken up. In a world where rumors get shut down fast, that kind of quiet, that says a lot. Something's definitely off, and everyone's just waiting for the next move to drop. Now, all that's left between them is distance, missed events, skipped photo ops, and moves so careful it's like everyone's walking on glass. The silence isn't peaceful, it's strategic. Every step feels planned, every post feels filtered, and everyone involved looks like they're trying not to set off a bomb that's already ticking. And that's what makes it so suspicious. When people start acting this cautious, it usually means there's way more to the story than what's being said out loud. Kylie's not posting shade, not unfollowing anyone, not making public statements, but that quiet, it's saying everything for her. Her silence feels powerful, like a warning wrapped in elegance. You can almost feel her pulling back, not out of weakness, but control, like she already said everything she needed to say without ever speaking a word. Because honestly, if nothing happened, why does it feel like everyone's scrambling to act like it didn't? The tension is thick, the distance feels real, and those subtle changes in how everyone moves, that's not coincidence, it's cleanup mode. Something went down, or at the very least, something came too close for comfort.
So what do you think? Is this just another Hollywood smoke show, or is there a real spark behind all the silence? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, share, and make sure you're locked in with Star Watch, because trust me, this story isn't cooling off anytime soon.